All right, hello, heavy metal maniacs. It's the Meista from Brews and Tunes. Prost. I am absolutely thrilled today. I am chatting with a legend in the metal scene, the one and only Mr. Charly Steinhauer, of course, of the Mighty Paradox. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, first of all, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you. And I'm doing good. I feel good because a new album is coming out on
Yes.
26th of September called Mysterium. It's coming out via High Roller Records and worldwide. And so I'm happy with the result. I'm happy with the feedback I've got from the press right now. And I can't wait that the fans will hear this stuff because it's pure paradox, 100%. And it sounds really good.
Yeah. You were gracious enough to send me an advanced copy of it, digital copy of the album, and just the other day, and I got to tell you, I love it. It's fantastic, and yeah, like you said, it's definitely a Paradox album. It
Yeah.
fits right into that canon, and I would say, if I may be so bold, if it's not the best Paradox album, it's pretty high up there. It's fantastic. Um,
Yeah.
I think you just blew it out of the park. I mean, it's so
Mhm.
good. It's so good. I mean, just from start to finish. I mean, it's magic. It's pure magic. Like any Paradox, you know. Uh,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
Mysterium
it's
is
okay. I agree. They are all trademarks of Paradox on that album.
hmm,
So that's why I'm sure that the Paradox fans are not disappointed about it. And if I would pick up the best albums from Paradox, it's not easy, but because they are all on the same level,
yeah,
and but this one I love it because it was a big challenge for me to record all instruments and I made a virtue out of necessity, I would say,
right.
because I had no other chance to record everything by myself, because my drummer died, and I recorded the bass after I composed the songs. I recorded the bass to have a better sound for my own songs when I composed it and when I recorded it.
Right.
And then I sent it to the bass player, and the bass player said, "It's so good. Why should I record once more the bass if the bass sounds great?"
Yeah.
And then that's why I had the bass, and I had the drummer died. I was forced to program the drums. I had no other chance, and I did it like he would like to play it. And my first instrument 50 years ago were drums, not guitar. So I
Oh,
have this
really?
in my head, and I have a years long knowledge about how to do it. So each beat is on that place it should be. So a real drummer couldn't play it better or could play the song better. Because
Right.
I always say, as a producer, I always say that most important is a song good or is a song not good?
Yeah. Yeah.
How this who is playing on that song, or how it were built it up. It doesn't matter, because if you like it, you like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I didn't know, because when you sent it to me and then I looked up some information about it. Yeah, I did not realize that, like, it's basically, it's you, it's all you. It's Paradox is you. It's a solo album essentially. And yeah, it's amazing. It sounds so rich, and sounds like a full band. And um kind of what was Axel's death, and may he rest in peace. Was that part of the reason you decided to do it alone? I mean, along with the bass player
It
saying,
was
like,
it,
you know,
yeah, yeah, it was a part of it. It was the reason. Yes, of course. I wanted to start with Axel and I wanted to end with Axel.
Yeah.
And I had no idea why he did this, what he did, because we were best friends, and he came up to me each week to listen to the songs, how we can do this better and such better. But he was his mentality was not capable of anymore to play or to record this.
Oh, wow.
And suddenly, when he came up to, he wanted to listen the last song. I was finished with the last song, and he wanted to come up to me of a coffee to listen to the new song and stuff. And then I got a phone call, uh, if he's at my home, and if Axel is at me, and so. And I said no, 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 and I didn't get an answer, because I said, hey, when will you come, because I put on a coffee for us and stuff. But yeah, an hour before, he jumped in front of a train, and
It's terrible.
I can't, I couldn't realize this,
Yeah.
it was not just a shock, because he didn't make, I had no, I had no idea why. I knew he had depressions, and the depressions left and came back and stuff like this. But but that he do anything like that was horrible. It is still horrible. It is.
Yeah.
I have a picture here, and from I have a lot of pictures from of him here in my room with Paradox. What we when we were on parties and when we played concerts and stuff. And so it was a big loss. It was the biggest loss, besides my wife died also with 36 years old. And so I'm very sad. And I think every day I think on him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I dedicated this album to him. And I dedicated especially one song for him on the album, to have a quiet minute to think on him when I listen to it. Because when he heard that, I had this song when he was still alive, and when he heard this sad song, this song had no name, and that's why afterward I called it Grief.
Okay.
Grief, because I am in grief,
All right.
nothing else. And so this is dedicated to him, and I saw in his eyes how excited he is about this, because the first two songs are fast, very fast, and then you need a quiet minute to take a new breath
Yeah.
for the next song, and of course for the whole atmosphere of the album, that it's not don't sound monotone, so that you have something to hear, to develop. It's a
Yeah.
journey. It's a journey. It's a Paradox journey. This album is a totally Paradox journey. You
Right.
have all in what came up in the past 40 years, all trademarks. And so this kind of Bay Area riffing,
Yes.
staccato riffing, and but the melody behind makes the atmosphere of the riffs. And okay, my vocals, nobody sound like Charly Steinhauer. I don't know. This is the vocal, the voice color of I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And it's always difficult to me to hear my own vocals, to hear myself. But the fans like it, and I guess if I would change the singer, the band would sound totally different. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you have
and
a,
that's why,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sorry. That's why it is equal who played on the album, because I made all Paradox songs, all 100 or something it is I released with Paradox, and I'm the main composer, and the singer never changed,
Yeah.
and that's why all trademarks are in this music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I think, yeah, that's
that
the
makes
thing.
it, yeah, that makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
That the change don't that the style don't change.
Right. Yeah. And you've got a very distinct voice, very unique voice, which I love. And It's funny too. It's interesting. I don't know what you I don't know what you'll think of this, but it's interesting how your voice changed a little bit over the years. Like those early albums, you had almost like a kind of a Joey Belladonna sound to your voice, and now it's kind of it's a little different now. It's kind of your you don't do the higher registry as much, but I think I really love the way you sound now. It's very distinct. It's very Charlie, like you said. It's like when you hear a Paradox song, you're like, oh, that's Paradox. Like it's that's Charlie singing.
Okay. It took a long time, of course, to get your own style.
Yeah,
It's not the first time I heard that I sounded a little bit like Joey Belladonna from Anthrax,
yeah,
or a little bit on Eric A.K. from Flotsam Jetsam.
yeah, yeah.
And this is this clear vocals. Well, it's not Paradox is not a band with a singer who do this growling stuff.
Right.
And so with that clear vocals, but the heavy music behind, then that sounds unique. So and it took a while to have my own style because I'm inspired a lot of other singers,
Hmm.
singers who are not in thrash metal. For example, Dave Meniketti from YNT
Oh yeah,
has
cool.
nothing to do with Exodus, Testament, and all that.
Yeah,
And I like how his bluesy vocals, and but also, of course, of singers like Flotsam or Joy Belladonna or James Hetfield. Of course, that was our hero when we started. We started, by the way, we started in the same year, but
oh
Metallica
really?
is a little bit more known, a little bit bigger. Yeah, not much bigger, much bigger.
Yeah,
But we were fans of Kill 'Em All when this came out. And I remember when I listened to this record, I never heard that before.
yeah.
This that kind of stuff. And when I heard this, I thought this would be great. I want to do stuff like that.
Nice.
And then albums like this came out in a row. Exodus, Bonded by Blood. When the Slayer came out with the first album, and or songs like Panic from Anthrax, and so I was a big fan of that, and that was the main reason for the sound, how Paradox sound nowadays. So this was the beginning.
Yeah. Well, what I always loved about your sound too was, definitely, steeped in thrash metal, but there was also a little bit of progressive, kind of progressive metal, progressive rock in there as well. And then of course, you did some concept, which was at that, when Heresy, got a copyright here of Heresy, the
Oh, yeah,
1988, 89 a genius album. And I mean at that time, like you didn't see like thrash metal bands doing concept albums. Like that was a very new,
yeah,
very cool thing. And especially with the subject matter, I mean, it was so different than anything that was happening at that time. And I think
yeah.
that's why I took notice immediately. One, just the musicianship was so great, but also the fact that you guys were doing totally different stuff than anybody else. With lyrically, your music was very different, and I thought that was
Mhm.
really cool. Um, I definitely took notice like right away.
It had also a little bit like I on that album a double entertainment because you listen to the music, you can listen to the music, and you can research the topics of that album.
Yeah,
And on Heresy, that was a concept album based on true facts, and it was totally different what other bands did, like you mentioned. Yeah,
yeah,
and nowadays it's a classic, and
yeah,
I'm so proud of it because when it was, to be honest, easy to write such riffs. I was on a vacation in Mallorca, Spain, and it was raining out there. But I took my guitar on that flight with me, and I did 4 songs of Heresy in that short time
oh wow,
when it was raining in 3 days or something like that. I did 4 songs of that album,
wow.
and I came back and I showed my riffs to Axel, and he played the drums on it, and it was very fast going. So it was not it wasn't this album was much more difficult than but Heresy is a classic and never touch a classic. So
Yeah.
I'm happy that that I did a classic in heavy metal. You know, I'm a fan. I'm just a fan of that
Yeah.
music. Okay, now I'm an artist, but it means more to me that I'm be able to still to play music, yeah, after 44 years,
Wow.
because
That's cool.
it was started in 1981, and now I'm 62 years old, and but yeah, the fire is still in me because I put on the guitar every day.
Cool.
I like to play. Um, but sometimes I'm a bit lazy to record all that ideas I have in my head.
Yeah.
So when my girlfriend was sitting next to me, hey, you must record this. You must record this. It's great. Every Paradox fan would be happy. And but I say, yeah, and then I forget these riffs because
Oh no.
it took too long to sit down to record it. Because when I start doing a record, I started from the beginning to the end.
Oh
I
really?
can't stop. Then I can't stop. If I sit down and write the first songs and the first song is finished, I want to hear the next song, which
Mm.
fits to the first song what I did, and then I write the whole record. And
Wow.
this takes around half a year for 10, 11 songs.
Yeah.
It takes a half a year for the basic, for rhythm guitars and basic drums and bass, instrumental. And then when everything is finished, the next step is doing the lyrics and stories about.
Mm.
This was written by Dax Hermerlein. He was in Vendetta. They also a German thrash metal band from the 80s who did two records.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and we have friendship since then. They live around 25 miles from here.
Oh, okay.
And so we have a big friendship, and he was a lyricist of the band and the singer of the band, and he did the lyrics for Mysterium, for Pangea, and Tales of the Weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So do
Mm.
you when so do you like just meet with him and say this I want a song about whatever and then he comes up with the lyrics or
Yeah, I give him the title,
okay.
mostly the title and the story about. And I was researching in on internet about the stories I liked, and because I like topics, unsolved miseries or true crime stories
Oh,
or
okay.
something like that, you know. And I said, oh, why I shouldn't write music for such topics? And then I came up with the idea. This is also mystic. It's a mysterium. Oh, Mysterium could be the title track for the next album.
Nice. Very
And
cool.
then I knew the title. So and then when all songs are finished and in instrumental, then I send a tape to the lyricist with fake vocals on it, that he know where the words are
Oh, okay.
and how long are the words. But it sounds like English, but it is no English.
Oh, really?
Right. We recorded our first demo 1986 without any lyrics, and nobody said something about.
Oh,
We had to search lyricists when we got a worldwide record deal. And then we got two brothers from the UK, and luckily we got them, and then we could record Productive Imagination, our first record, because before we had no lyrics.
oh
But
wow.
it was the press wrote the best demo tape in Germany since a long time. So
What? Cool.
without any lyrics, I didn't said something. Just
Yeah.
later on, I said, "Hey, there are no lyrics. Listen to this demo tape. Do you hear any? This is where,
Nice. That
That's
is
great.
great. That is very
That's
cool.
funny. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that's great. I wanted to ask you, I was curious about, since we were talking about heresy, um, so like I guess it would have been 32 years later, you put out Heresy 2. I got a copy right here on CD. Uh,
Oh, cool.
Fantastic album. I
Thank
was
you.
curious, like, what made you decide, 30 years later to do a follow-up, a continuation of and conclusion of the story? What, like, kind of what was the impetus there? What made you decide to do that?
Um, the lyricists of Productive Imagination, the two brothers
Mhm.
from Productive Imagination and Heresy, we were not in touch for or in contact for a while. But then when Facebook came up, Peter Vogt, he dropped me a line and asked me for if I want to put out another album with a story, with another story of heresy he has in his shelf. And I
Oh,
said, it's difficult because then people expect the same music and I don't know how to top heresy because people grew up with this album.
yeah,
They lived with this album. And if you put out a new album, it takes a while to live with that new album. So then maybe other people would say, oh, heresy 2, oh, they want sit on their laurels of the success from heresy, and no, that was not the reason. He said, "Hey Charlie, this is a great story. It's a fictive story this time, not a true story, and it's totally interesting. I give you the titles, and then if you like, then do some songs out of it."
oh, interesting.
And the story and a big story, and it was 13 songs or 14 no, with the bonus track 14, but 13 songs, 13 titles. And I said, oh, this will be a long record if I have to do 13 songs on, because Paradox songs are not very short.
Right.
and and on that album are two 9-minute songs, and then it was around, I guess it's about 1 hour and 20 minutes. It's a
Yeah.
double album, but it is a concept album, and we did it. Then maybe it was it we with that risk that people say, oh, heresy 2, oh, that's boring because it doesn't sound like heresy 1. And no, it doesn't sound like heresy 1 because it's not heresy music wise, it's
Yeah.
just lyric wise, the
Yeah.
second part of heresy. No, and that's why but the music, yeah, it's a good album. It get
Oh,
a
yeah.
very good response from everywhere. I was wondering that less people said something about, oh, heresy 2, why you choose for this name or
Yeah.
this title for that album. But now it is out, and it was not a mistake to
No,
put
I
it
think
out.
it's great. I think it's phenomenal. And it's interesting that because that, the what you just said about the writing, it's interesting because that's a different direction for you, because as you mentioned before, usually it's, you come up with riffs, you come up with everything, whereas this one, there's already a story, there's already song titles, and then you wrote around that. That's an interesting, was
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
I bet that was a fun challenge to like
yeah, yeah.
take those
Also a big
ideas.
challenge. Yeah, it was also a big challenge because it's not only that you write some songs which are great, they must fit together, these songs,
Yeah.
and then the best records are if you hear a song and the next song starts, that it fits together, and if you have 13 titles and you have the name for that, it's not easy, that that the last song should be the last song, and you must write it for the last song for that album.
Yeah.
So and it must be a song which must be a great finale, you know, a great final.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I made this, and I'm happy with it, of course. And
Yeah.
it took 4 years now for that album, but actually 3 years because it was finished last year. And
Hmm.
you need a little bit distance when you put out an album after an album come out. You must getting free in your head for to, that your head is free for new stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want copy myself, and that's the other thing which is very difficult. That you're always in risk to copy yourself if you put out 10 records, 10
Yeah.
full-time records, and you have your own style, and you know that the fans expect this style. So how do you make a song which are have all traditional music in, and it's different to the others, and it is successful
Yeah.
everywhere in the world? Because if you are on yeah, if nobody talks about it, it doesn't get successful. So it doesn't get success, and yeah, this is always a challenge. It's always a challenge. But I think I do it first for myself because I like playing music, being creative,
Yeah.
and for the people who like this music. People who don't like Paradox, I can't help them. There are there are so many other bands out there where they can hear listen to. So I have no problem with that, you
Yeah.
know. But there are really the Paradox fans are, yeah, special, special. Maybe each musician say this, but if I do it for these people, without that people, Paradox wouldn't exist anymore.
Right. Right.
They kept the flag high. I just do my work, but they kept the flag high. And if you put out an album where somebody says this is my favorite album of all time, which I heard from Heresy one a lot, uh, this is the biggest success you can have as a musician.
Yeah.
Not selling billions of records and being in each magazine and being everywhere, the big star, you know. No, if you have 4 decades and you're still on the scene putting out records like this makes me a lot, but this makes me most proud. And what the people, the feedback of the fans, what they write, what they message me, this is unbelievable. And this, you can't pay this with any money. This
Yeah.
is this goes in you. This goes in your heart, and you know you did something right for some people. Equal how many people this is. If it's 10 people, it's great. If somebody says, wow, wow, that sounds great, and when he drives with the car and listen to the music, and you know, and these are situations I had when I remember this, when I drove with Axel to other concerts, visit other concerts, and we were always talking about this band and that band, and talking about the music, and the fans do the same,
Right.
and they
Yeah.
talking about Paradox, and that makes me proud. This
Yeah.
is success. This is the biggest success you can reach, and if you make them happy, that these people.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, that's I mean, and that's very true for me for Paradox. I mean, it's like all of the albums, but yeah, I mean, just Heresy, of course, and then this new album. I mean, yeah, it's just magical. Like, I just sit down, crack open a beer, and just listen and just and immerse myself in it, and it's just a wonderful experience. Yeah, and yeah, like you said, I mean, just it's almost hard to put into words how that impact, like when an album and a band and the musicians that really grabs you. And I think that's very true for me for Paradox, is that it's always just, oh, it's just, I get chills sometimes, like listening to your
That
music.
makes me happy.
Yeah,
Thank you,
it's
thank
very
you.
cool.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's
And
great stuff.
yeah, you never know if you put out a record. what
Mm.
you never know how the response is. So you have just to wait. You can't be everybody's darling. You know that there are some people who say, "Oh, drum computing," and so, but each second band use this stuff nowadays. Nobody knows.
Yeah, I
The
wouldn't
biggest
have known.
bands use it's the same procedure. And by the way, I played this. I just played it with fingers. I didn't play it with sticks in my hand, but
Oh,
I did
interesting.
each beat. Yeah. And I would like to show the people that I can play drums. Um, but it is um, the circumstances must be right. You need a room, you need the microphones, you need somebody to record you. It takes a long time, you know, if you do this with the real drums. If you work in a band, which everybody do his job in his band, then it's easier. But if you are alone, so it's not so easy to get all together.
Yeah, right.
And that's why I had no other chance to. But I don't hear anything wrong, you know.
No,
If
it's
I
I
listen to it,
yeah.
it's not that I recorded all instruments. I mixed the album and I produced the album. It was just the mastering was by Engel. He is. I needed somebody from outside who listened if I did everything like right with frequencies and stuff like this because it's my second international record I mixed. So I have to learn. I have to learn. But I made a step forward, and let's see what's going on in the future.
Yeah, I think you did an amazing job. It's an incredibly like the sound is incredible on that album. It's yeah, like you said. I mean, I would if I didn't know that the drums were programmed, I would
Yeah,
have thought it was, a
you
live
can
drummer.
hear this. You can't
Yeah,
hear this. This
yeah,
is if yeah, if I wouldn't say something that I programmed the drums, if I wouldn't be honest and just say nothing, oh, I recorded the drums, it would be a lie. And so I said, no, I programmed the drums, and each beat is on the place on that place who should be on
yeah.
that place. So there is nothing wrong, and the sound. These are sounds from a real drum set, so it's a joke. This discussion about drums or if you play an amplifier with from Orange, it sounds like 70s. Then you can say why you didn't use this 70s sound because the sound
Right.
this is And if you mix an album, then every producer changed the sound of this real stuff,
That's a good point.
and
Yeah.
and if they recorded the real drums, they also put parts from that time to that time,
Yeah.
so and that's why I have no problem to listen to it, and I don't think that a customer he say anything bad about the drum sound. You hear every instrument on that album, you hear
Yeah.
every melody, you hear the vocals are clear, and the beat is clear, and so yeah.
I was curious with the release of the album coming up here soon in a couple weeks. Do you have any plans of maybe putting together a live band to do shows, to do some gigs?
The last word is not spoken. If you want to play live, you need a band, of course.
Right.
And I don't like to work anymore with musicians who don't work with a band how they should like to work with a band. Many musicians playing three, four bands, and where is the heart? For which band is
Mm,
their passion? It should be for one band, maybe a project one time a year, yeah.
yeah.
But if and that was the problem with Paradox for the whole career. I don't want to talk about ex musicians because they all spend the time from a lifetime in this music, and they all did a great job on when they recorded instruments on the
Oh, yeah.
album. But you are not independent, and you have to wait if the master have time to record something, and then when he record, you have to take it because you can't wait another 2 3 months to get the next idea, you know. And that's why that's another reason I made everything by myself, because I had yeah, bad experience. I don't want make laundry, but um, this is yeah, I guess this is the biggest step forward, that I did everything by myself. Then if I do a mistake, I know I did the mistake.
Right. Yeah, yeah, you own that. Yeah.
I, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, hopefully, yeah, if you can, it'd be cool to just for you to be back up on stage again. I know it's been a while, but
Yeah, oh, to come back to your question,
oh,
because of love. Um, I doesn't close it out, and the last word is not spoken to search for a live musicians for a final summer festival tour or something like that.
mm,
It depends also on the location.
yeah,
So we don't do any. I don't want to do any shows to get more known or stuff like that. No,
right.
I just will. But if I would like to play live again, because I'm be able for. I'm fit. I could play,
Yeah.
but I know this will be not musicians where I must just a live band. Yeah, because on that level, this I always say the same. Musicians on that level grows not like apples on the tree in my area where I live,
Mm, right.
and so they have to come from out from the States or from Italy or from Spain, you know, and then you have not this band feeling.
Yeah.
But if I have a band, Axel and me, we always wish to have a band feeling of four guys, and holding together one root, and this was not possible. This was just not possible. Axel was
Yeah.
somebody who did this with me, and that's why we get this success in the beginning.
Right.
We we rehearsed every, yeah, 5 times a week, and when our buddies went to parties, we said, we come later. We have to practice our new songs first. You
Cool.
know, yeah, this yeah.
That's very cool. Um, if you don't mind, I'd like to switch gears a little bit and talk about, I'm really curious about how this all started for you. Like, did you come from a musical family? Like what was the impetus for you? What started you as a guitar player?
Um. Oh, I have to go back to 1970, when I were in a second class school. I had second class school, and we had a school library with a, and you where you can listen to vinyl albums.
Oh, cool.
When you read a book, they had headphones, and
Yeah.
then you can put on the headphones and you can search for records. And I found Black Sabbath Paranoid on that.
Oh, wow.
It was an accident that I choose this, and I put it on, put the headphones on. I heard War Pigs. That was the first song I heard with that kind of music, and I said, "Wow, wow, I want to do the same." I was a child, and if you like somebody, you want to do the same, and I said, "Wow, this is the music I like. This is heavy music, and these guitars, and and then when Ozzy starts singing, wow, it goosebumps,
Yeah.
and then I thought I thought the whole time, which instrument would you like to learn first? And I wanted to like to play drums first. And then in school, I was about in the fifth class. I met a buddy who had a double bass drum kit, 1970. 74 or something, what, you know. He had a double bass drum set, and I came up to his rehearsal room, and he wanted to show me something. And he gave me the sticks, and I was sitting down, and he said, "Hey, you have talent, you really have talent." And then I went on, and then I started with my first school band as a drummer.
Cool.
And yeah, and but later on, when I met Axel, he came up to me, and I put on the cassette recorder playing AC/DC, and we were playing with drumsticks on pillows, on bed pillows, you
Nice.
know, to the music. And I saw Axel has talent to play that. And I said, I had a guitar from my father on my wall with one string on, and I never played this. And I said, "Will do play Axel play drums?" And I start learning guitar.
Wow.
And we started from zero, really from zero. We couldn't play anything. 5 years later, we get a worldwide record deal on the biggest metal label, Roadrunner Records.
Wow. That's incredible.
This is I don't know how we made it, but it was passion for that.
Yeah.
We every day we talked about music, and what another rehearsal room, another rehearsal room, and if we got it took time to get the first band together. We called us the first band. It was in 1981. We called us Overkill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was Overkill. Yeah, then it was Maniac, and then it was Warhead, and after Warhead in February 1986 we called us Paradox, because
Okay.
we had a song Paradox, and I said, "Hey, this sounds great, and the meaning of that, it's great. Let's call us Paradox." And
Nice.
short after that, we did the first demo.
Wow. That's really cool. That's
Yeah,
really cool. I love that. That's a great story. It's cool that like yeah, you and I love to hear that passion, especially what you mentioned earlier, like your friends going to the parties and you and Axe like, well, no, we got to practice. We'll see you later. We're practicing first. I mean, and I think that's, and that's the difference between, the people that just want to be a band and the people that are like, we are going to be a band and we're going to be successful.
you
That kind of,
need the attitude. You
yeah,
need the attitude.
yeah, yeah,
And that's why I do everything alone. I need four people who hold one thing, and show the passion for one thing. But it's impossible to find that people, and not in this area where I live.
right.
It's really difficult.
Mm.
Maybe I would find them, but it would take a long time. And now in the last days of Paradox, so it wouldn't make sense to start a new big thing. You know? I just want to put out one more record.
Just one more?
Uh, yeah, then I have 10. And with 10 records, I have all set with that kind of music, but it shouldn't be the end of Paradox, because I know I will write some songs which sound like Paradox, and then I will release these songs.
Yeah.
The only thing is a physical product, a physical product, that what you hold in your hand. I want to do a last final record, and then I have 10,
Okay.
and that's the plan right now.
Nice. Do you already have
But not, of course, I don't will stop playing music and recording songs.
right.
And if I record a song, it will be metal.
Nice. Would
Yeah.
you
But
uh
maybe,
would you release
yeah.
it just as like as Charlie Steinhauer or I guess it depends on the sound and
I don't know. I don't know. I made no thought about the name of this, but mm, if I would put out songs where I also can be able to write, who sounds different from Paradox, I don't want to release it under the banner of Paradox.
yeah.
And then after 10 records, I'll be able to record some other stuff too. If I want to do a death metal song, I record a death metal song. If I want do a song like Sabotage or something like that, or Nevermore, one of my favorite bands, then it sounds like that, you know. And then after I will be more free for as a composer
Cool.
to
Yeah.
develop more styles of metal music. But it should be metal. It should be metal.
Yeah, definitely. I was
I'm a
curious. I mean,
metalhead from the beginning, so
I know I realized that Mysterium hasn't even been released yet officially, but mentioning that you want to do a one last album under the Paradox banner, do you already have ideas of what you want to do?
um, I gathered around 3 hours of riffs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
exciting.
lot. I don't know if you want if you start doing a song, you want to always have something new as a composer, something new. But there would be a lot of riffs there with old school riffs as well.
Cool.
Yeah, I could use, but I don't want to do a 50% thing. I want to do 100%. I don't reach 100, but maybe 95. You know.
Oh, yeah.
That's my attitude, and I want to put out just the best riffs I have, and but there are a few on it which I could use, and I gathered it, and yeah, I take some of them, but
Excellent.
most of the stuff will be new stuff. Will be new stuff. Style wise, it should be sound maybe a little bit more old school, you know,
Okay.
getting back with the final. The first album was called Product of Imagination,
Yeah,
and
great
maybe
album.
this is some kind of reimagination, you know. I don't know.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is this the new stuff, but still thrash, speed, power. Every trademark should be in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to put out anything else. Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, yeah, that'll be great. But I mean, right now, luckily we've got Mysterium, which is excellent. And you've released two singles thus far. The which people can check out on YouTube right now before if they want to check it out before the album comes out. So Colat, uh,
Cola,
and then Fragrance of Violence.
Fragrance of Violence, yes.
Yeah, both great
And
songs. Very cool.
on on Wednesday, next Wednesday, on the September 17th, I released the last single before the album came out, and
Oh, cool.
One Way Ticket to Die. It's
Oh,
about Alfred Packer, the man eater of Colorado, in the 19th century. It was 1874 or 75. It was a mass murder,
oh, wow.
and yeah, they went out to find some gold, and then they get in trouble each other because they find no food anymore and stuff like that, and then he ate these people, and he came back alone.
Oh, wow.
And later on they found the victims, the bones of the victims, and yeah, he gets sentenced to death, but he came out later on. First he lied a lot. Where are the other, where are your friends, you know? And then later on it came out what's going on, you know. And yeah,
Creepy.
heavy story and a heavy song.
Yeah.
It's beat on that song.
Nice.
Totally
Yeah, that's a
speed.
great song. I mean,
It's
every track on this album, there's what, 11 tracks, well, with the bonus. Um, the
within the realms of gray. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. The bonus
wonderful
track.
song. Yeah, wonderful song.
Thanks,
Every
thanks.
every track is just perfect. It's yeah, I mean, since you sent it to
By the
me,
way,
I've listened to it multiple times. I can't stop listening to it. It's such a great album. Um,
thank you, thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, it's
I,
so good.
this bonus track within the realms of gray should be a song which I wanted to do with Matt Drake of Evil.
Oh, really?
This the ex singer of Evil,
Yeah.
and songwriter, and yeah, is a buddy. and we said, hey, let's do some songs together. Together, we played the same style of music, you know, and he liked Paradox. And then but I said to him, hey, let's do something different. I don't want do a Paradox song and then with another banner on it. And when we work something out, then it should be sound a little bit different. Yeah.
Mhm.
But and that's why this song sounds different to
Yeah.
Paradox. But they are this rhythm.
Yeah.
This rhythm is still Paradox, of course. And then why I shouldn't recall then this project doesn't happen, but we are still friends. And then I said, okay, I choose it for as a bonus track on that album.
Cool.
And it's a mystic track. It fits to the stories and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. Definitely.
and that's why it sounds mystic. So I said, yeah, I put it on the album as a bonus track, and
Cool.
it's a good track. It's a good track, of course.
Oh yeah, it's a great track. Yeah.
Not everything must be fast,
Yeah.
to sound heavy. It's the mid part is totally heavy. Um, even if it's not fast, but a great song.
Yeah. Well, that's what I love about the album and all your albums is the fact that, like you said, it's not just one thing. It's very dynamic. Like your music's always been very dynamic, and especially with this album, it's very dynamic. You've got fast, powerful songs, and then you've got some slower songs, still powerful. But yeah, like this song, and it all fits, and it's a nice, yeah, it's very compelling. I think, your music's always been very compelling, and
Amen.
this definitely you know stands up to that to that tradition, which is cool. But it's its own thing, it's its own sound. And I guess that's another reason I've always loved Paradoxes. Yeah, like you said, like not every album sounds the same. There's that tie, that underneath that vibe of Paradox vibe on every album, but every album stands on its own. It's its own
Mm,
sound, which I think is
mm.
great, which, is what you want from your favorite bands is that, that they grow and that they're dynamic and they're doing new things, but it still sounds like them. And
Yes,
yeah, you nailed it with this. So,
to
uh,
combine to build up the bridge from the old school to the nowadays. It is
yeah,
perfect on that album. You hear old school riffs, but with the new sound of Paradox. So that's cool. Yeah, that's
yeah, I
cool.
love it. Yeah, it's very good. Um, yeah, it's fantastic. So, Charlie, this has been amazing chatting with you. Thank you so very much for chatting with me
Oh,
today.
pleasure.
So for those watching, if you look in the description below, I've got links to Paradox. If you're not familiar with Paradox, go check them out right now. Such a great band, and look forward to the new album coming out. Oh yeah, cheers, my friend. New album comes out. Mysterium comes out on September 26th. You can get that through High Roller Records. They always do a great job with their production. A big fan of High Roller Records. Yeah, so
Yeah,
check it
old
out.
school.
Yeah, yeah, check it out. You will love it. So again, Charlie, thank you so much. This has been phenomenal chatting with you.
Thanks for support. Thanks
Yeah,
for support, and hope to talk to you again.
yeah,
It was my
yeah.
pleasure.
Thank you.